Hello everyone, you are welcome and thank you for watching. My name is Masoki Mamasoki. I am the son of the Holy Cave, the Holy Grotto, the Pierce Rock, the Rocky Mountain, the Mountain of God, called Ngorlituba in Cameroon. Cameroon is a Western African country that shares borders with Nigeria on his western side. I am also the great-grandson and heir to the great patriarch, the great guardians of traditions, the one who has overcome death in the name of Bombo Jame. Before I can carry on, I would like to remind you that English is my third language, so I beg you to bear with my English accent. Today, I would like to share knowledge on the cross-arm sign. This sign, the cross-arm sign, that we can see in the Black Panther movie, a movie that has become one of the most popular movie of all time. And due to its popularity, the cross-arm sign has not only become popular within the black community but also beyond. In fact, I live in Southeast Asia, and even here in Asia, the Black Panther movie is very, very popular. And my Asian friend always ask me, what does the cross-arm sign that we see in the Black Panther movie represent? What does it mean? And as a guardians and custodians of ancient African traditions and understanding of the universe, I am here today to share knowledge of the meaning and origin of the cross-arm sign that we see in the Black Panther movie. The cross-arm sign is very old. It's several thousand years old. It existed several thousand years ago before Christ. I use the term before Christ just for chronological reference because Christ never existed. Christ is just a forgery and misrepresentation of ancient African mythology and spirituality. This being said, the cross-arm sign first appeared in ancient Egypt with one of African ancient god called Osiris. We can see this ancient African god Osiris standing with both of his arms crossed, just like in the Black Panther movie, and in each of his hand he carry an instrument. And I think is very important here to remind you that the ancient Egyptian civilization is a Bassa civilization. In fact, they are the Bassa people who left the Holy Grotto in West Africa. They are the one who established the Egyptian and pharaonic civilization. So the cross-arm sign originated in Africa, in ancient Egypt, with an ancient African god. We can see him with the arm cross, just like in the Black Panther movie. And carrying in each of his hand an instrument. In one of the hand, he carry an instrument which is known in ancient Egypt as neheka, and on the other hand, he carry an instrument that is known in ancient Egypt as a heka. And the neheka and the heka are carried by all traditional rulers and priests across Africa. All traditional rulers and priests in Africa carry the neheka and heka. The neheka and heka are one of the symbol of Africa spirituality and understanding of the universe. And the neheka is made or fabricated differently across Africa. Here is the neheka and the heka. And those two elements represent the universe. Those two elements represent the universe. So the cross arm sign that we see in the Black Panther movie is an ancient, is a representation of the universe. It's just a representation of the universe by Africans. We the Bassa people in West Africa, in Goglituba, we call the neheka Jalimbok. Yeah. Even before going to that, I almost forgot. Why those two things represent the universe? Because the universe is composed of two parts. The universe has two parts. Has a visible part and an invisible part. The universe has a visible part that you see, a material world. And it has an invisible part, a part that you cannot see, a metaphysical part, a mystical part. Those are the two parts of the universe. And the neheka represent the visible part of the universe, and the heka represent the invisible part of the universe. The invisible part of the universe. We the Bassa people in West Africa, in Goglituba, we call the neheka Jai Limbok. The word Jai Limbok is composed of two words, Mbok and Jai. Mbok and Jai. Mbok means universe. Mbok also means tradition. Mbok also means to put things in order. To put things in order. And the word Jai can literally be translated as broom. So the neheka or Jalimbok is the traditional broom. And we in West Africa, we the people of Ngolituba, the Bassa people of Ngolituba, we made our neheka with bamboo stick. So and each bamboo stick represent every single individual within society, and we put all the bamboo stick together and we tie them. So the neheka in some extent can also represent the unity among people, unity within society. And as I told you, the neheka represent the visible world, a material world, and it is only carried by traditional rulers and priests, those who have the right to govern society. So this is a symbol of power. No. Now, in other society, in other country in Africa where there's no bamboo stick, they fabricate the neheka differently. In some part of in Africa, the neheka is made with the tail of a horse, with the tail of the horse. So it is made or fabricated differently within Africa. And this neheka is only carried by those who have the right to govern, to rule society. Traditionally, this is a traditional priest and the traditional rulers. It represents dominion, and this is what it is mentioned in the book of Isaiah, chapter 9, verse 6 in the Bible. And remember, I told you that the word Bible itself is African, is Bassa, and that the Bible is just a forgery and a misrepresentation of ancient African mythology and understanding of the universe. Now let's go to the other element, the heka. Here is the heka. In fact, the heka is just a walking stick. A walking stick. It is a cane. And this cane, we call it Ntongo or Ntongo Babombok. Bombok. The Bombok means the guardian of tradition, the custodian of tradition, the patriarch. So this is the walking stick Ntongo Bambombo, the walking stick of the Mbombo, of the guardian of tradition. It is so every traditional priest carry a heka or walking stick, and this represents the invisible world, the mystical world, the world you do not see, and this is what protect the universe. This is what maintain the universe in order. Okay, let me break it down for you. Remember, I told that Mbok is the universe. We the Bassa people in West Africa, we are the one who established the Egyptian civilization. Okay, we call universe tradition Mbok. Universal tradition, we call it Mbok. Now, your ancestral language. And now, the word, how do you call custodian of tradition or the guardian of tradition? We call him Mbombok. And the word Mbombok, it means of two words, Mbom and Mbok. Mbom means what? Mbom means a python. A python. This snake, the snake that is called python, a python. So, and Mbom also means the forehead, your forehead, Mbom. Why? Because the ancient god in Egypt, the king or the pharaoh, also carry or wear in the forehead a symbol of a python. That's what we call our forehead Mbom. Mbom, which means python in English. And the guardian of tradition or the custodian of tradition is called Mbombok, which means the python of the universe, the python of tradition. And this python of traditions, this python of the universe, is represented by a walking stick. Because this walking stick represents the mystical world. It is a python because it is the python that keep the universe, that protect God in the immaterial world. It's a python that protect the God in the immaterial world, in the mystical world. It's the python that maintain order. Okay. If you go to the Bible, remember that, let's go to Exodus. Before going to Exodus, I just want to remind you that the Jew has never been enslaved in Egypt. So all those events you heard in Exodus, in the Bible, they are not historical events. These are events that took place in spiritual realm, in the holy cave or holy mountain, rocky mountain called Ngorlituba. So the Jew has never been enslaved. Moses never existed. Moses has never existed. Okay. Now, in the Bible, however, in the Bible, God gave Moses a walking stick. That walking stick that turned into a snake, a python. And this is the walking stick that delivered the Jew, from the Egyptian, from the hand of Pharaoh. This is the snake that drove the Jew out of Egypt, you know, that protect the Jew, that guide the Jew. Because in African mythology, it is the snake, the python, that protect the god, that maintain the world in order. And still in our mythology, we have two type of python. We have two type of snake. We have a good snake, the good snake, and a bad snake. The bad snake, the evil snake, represent chaos. And this is the snake that the Christian forged, that the Abrahamic religion forged in the book of Genesis. This is the snake that they tell you that he asked Eva, the woman, to eat the apple. So this snake is the bad snake. But we have the good snake, which maintain order in the universe. We protect the God in the spiritual realm, in the rocky mountain, in the traversy, in this journey to the other, in the journey to the other world. It is a snake. So those two instruments represent the visible and the invisible world. So this symbol, so the cross arm sign just represent the universe. Represent the universe, because the universe has two parts: the physical part, the visible part, and the invisible part. Okay, my time is running out. I'm using my cell phone to record. So thank you very much for watching. It is always a pleasure for me to share with you my king and queens, my emperor and empress, my god and goddess, who have been brutally taken away from your throne in Africa by the evil of slavery. It's also a pleasure with me for me to share with you the ancient African understanding of the universe, our spirituality, because I would like you in the diaspora to come back to your root. Coming back to your root is to knowing your spirituality, your history. Even though English is my third language, I make an effort to speak in an English language that people can understand. Because normally I teach tradition in my ancestral Bassa language, French, and now I've started teaching each in English language, because I want you guys in the diaspora to come back to your roots. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Masoki Mama Soki, to watch all my video, and you have video in my ancestral Bassa language, French and English. And don't forget, God is a black woman, God is an African woman. So thank you very much for watching. You can leave your comment below. You can share if you like. Ambore sai, ambore sai, ambore meyonga sai, sai mbok.